All right, time for the world-famous parenting panel. I think as Jason Strudwick refers to it on a regular basis. Natasha, Trent, in-house for this. Quick question for you guys before we dive into what is sure to be a completely grounded and reasonable discussion. Before today, did either of you know what a Farrah Abraham was?
No.
I'm not sure I know now. I know a little bit more, but I don't really know much.
Okay, well, according to the notes in front of me,
that I just read,
is a former, possibly current reality television star from the show Teen Mom OG. Don't ask me what the OG stands for.
Do you not know what OG means?
I don't know.
I think I know what OG means, but I don't know if this context. Can you be an original gangster teen mom though?
Yes, like she was from, I think, like, you know,
That's
I did read a little bit. She's like one of the original teen moms. Oh. So from the very first like season.
So there's more?
So when you say
OG?
Yeah, OG anything just means like
so then there's like
original.
Teen Mom, the new class, and then
Yeah, 2.0, whatever. I don't know.
Is there Teen Mom aliens? Like from the space?
Could be. Not yet. Not yet.
You know what? MTV is working on that right now.
They probably are.
So the reason we bring this up, and inevitably this always is basically us kicking the hornet's nest whenever we basically put a question out there that in essence questions a parent's ability to parent or their choices that they make. Take a look at this. This is the picture of her 7-year-old daughter, Sophia, as part of a photo shoot that Farrah put her through. A lot of questions about this, talking about the makeup and the poses and the choice of attire that young Sophia was using here.
How old is Sophia?
7.
Sophia is 7 years old. And what was interesting about that first picture, we can go back to it really quickly. When I first saw that, I assumed that was like her mom's head photoshopped. Yeah. Because that's such a mature-looking face when you factor in all the makeup. Point of it is, though, a lot of people say that this is too provocative and that it, quote, sexualizes young Sophia. So I'm throwing a stake into a pen of rabid lions. Thoughts?
How old are the kids and the toddlers and tiaras?
Oh, they're even younger. They're like 4 or 5.
So how is that any worse than toddlers and tiaras? And why are people so angry at this? And is it the internet? And there's a comment section. Just solved it all, everybody. Go home.
Yeah. No, I mean, that girl is not wearing any more makeup than any other child that I've ever seen at a dance competition, and I've been to a few. So, you know, I think she's beautiful. She's a beautiful child. She's wearing a little bit of makeup. Yeah. Is her mom a model? Does she have a role model as her mother, who is like this, you know, very out there bathing suit model kind of thing, from what I gather from her Instagram account. So she's like, I'm going to be like mommy, and I'm going to do what mommy does, you know, which is exactly what my daughter does. I mean, the problem I have is the whole, like, everyone's like, Farrah's sexualizing her child, or, you know, you're putting these pictures up and they're very sexualized pictures. I'm like, people, if you're all looking at pictures of a 7-year-old and thinking sexy thoughts, you got a problem.
Yeah, no, that demon's inside you.
That is not the 7-year-old.
Now, I do want to focus in perhaps a little bit more narrowly on this notion. Not of this. I think we're all kind of on board with that.
Yeah.
But it's the idea that, you know, here are these glamorous photo shoots with this 7-year-old child. Mom's putting her under this intense pressure to perform, to look beautiful, and what have you. Is that maybe a little bit exploitative? Perhaps in this instance?
Yes, and at the same time, she's using this as a way to garner attention. Like, she didn't just put up these pictures of her beautiful daughter on a lark, you know what I mean? You saw, I think there was a waterfall in one of the pictures. She's obviously trying to get attention, and it's working. We're talking about it. So, you know what I mean? We're probably helping her put that extra wing on her house, and probably going to get some more expensive bikinis for her daughter. But really, the whole thing is about attention, and that's how this reality television stuff, it's like car accident media, and now we're all watching and talking about it.
Well, and I mean, kids are growing up in a very different world where they are going to, you know, parents are putting their children on the internet a lot more, and, you know, pictures are going up of, and kids are becoming YouTube stars overnight and things like that. So it's very different from when, you know, someone has a picture of you in your bathing suit running around the yard with, nothing on. Like, I don't.
We've all been there.
I don't know who that would be.
I call that Thursday.
And like, your friends come over and look through your photo albums. Like, it's a completely different world.
Polaroids, right?
They're not real set up glasses.
I know.
It's just,
it is, but if that's their world, if that's her world.
Okay, well, I'm curious for perspective, all right? As a guy who doesn't have children, I'm kind of always interested to get other parents' take on this. So you see this 7 years old undergoing this, obviously a model shoot. As a parent yourself, with your children, what do you think would be an appropriate age for something like this for your child, should this be a situation that presents itself?
See, for me, it's a different set of things. You would ask your child, do you want to do it? What do you want to do today? Do you want to go to the petting zoo, or do you want to get some makeup done and we'll hang out by the pool and you'll sit uncomfortably for an hour and a half while I yell things at you? Those are both fun for me, but for the child, they might not be that fun. I think it's I don't know. She's obviously doing it for her own gain. No kid wants to do that because it's not fun. It's not fun to sit around and arch your back and pretend and sit still when you're a kid, right?
But let's just say, your child comes to you and says, I want to be a model. At what age is it fair?
What type of model? Like, I want to sell breakfast cereal. I want to sell, obviously, that is a glamour model. To say it's a sexualized model is a bit of a misnomer. It's a glamour model. The kid's looking glamorous. The kid probably doesn't even know what glamour is, though.
Yeah.
And she's just, like you said, she's emulating her mother.
Doing what mommy does.
Yeah.
And obviously, Farrah's made a career for herself as a reality star and on television, and of the whole Kardashian sort of genre. And children brought up in that, or you can't fault them.
It is their life.
It is their lives. Is that something that I'm going to do with my 7-year-old who's sitting in the kitchen outside? Yeah. No. She's like, No, Mama's not going to take.
But to sit up here and judge someone who lives almost like in a completely different world
reality.
and makes money off that, how I wouldn't do it. Like you said, I wouldn't do it.
The thing that I was most upset about.
Here we go. This is what we've been building up.
She's going to start spitting.
Oh, yes. I've read a few of the comments on this. Was the people who were saying, at least take care of her eyebrows.
That's it, world.
Are you kidding me?
You've lost Natasha. She's done.
To be fair, that might be a
Whatever.
critique. To be fair, if to look at it in a glamour setting, I don't see anything wrong with her eyebrows myself. But to be fair, that's a pretty maybe if she put her hand down a little bit, maybe she looked a little more surprised.
Women nowadays will actually color in their eyebrows to look like that.
Where's blue
the
steel?
full eyebrows is all the thing.
Not one blue steel.
I will
Not
say
one.
this was an unexpected last-minute twist worthy of M. Night Shyamalan on this discussion.
And then we take off masks, and I'm really.
There you go. If you guys want to get in on this, we do have a comment section on our Facebook page too.
Yeah.
So let us know your thoughts both on this story and what Natasha and
Check
Trent
out my
have to
eyebrows.
say, and definitely comment on her eyebrows because I think they're on fleek. But I'm not everyone's opinion out there. Thanks so much, guys. Absolute blast. Don't go too far. More DT coming back at you in a couple minutes.
Dinner Television is sponsored by Canada Diagnostic Centres, offering X-ray, ultrasound, and pain management services in Edmonton and Sherwood Park.